I'm Mr. Sozinho, and this is the new edition of Tulare Western Teacher Features. Hi, it's Mr. Sozinho. I'm here at Tulare Western, room 805. I am a U.S. history and government teacher. This is my 9th year at Tulare Western. I've enjoyed all 9 years working here. I went to high school here myself, class of 2000, and so to be able to come back and to teach at a place that's just so special to me is really awesome. I love teaching at Tulare Western because I love working with young people. I like seeing those little moments where you see that improvement, whether it be on an assignment or an essay or just throughout the year, or even in sports. I do a lot of coaching. So when you practice something for so long and then you see what you've practiced in games, it's just really special to see the growth of young people. If I could travel anywhere, it would be to the city of Philadelphia. I've been pretty fortunate enough to travel quite a bit. You see the map behind me here. This is a map of all 30 baseball stadiums in the United States, well, and Toronto and Canada. Anyway, so in my 20s, a friend of mine and I, we did a lot of traveling where we saw all 30 Major League Baseball stadiums. The first time we did it, we kind of just put all the stadiums in a hat, and then we just drew out a city, and that city was Philadelphia. And it was the second time actually I visited. I went this summer before my senior year with my mother, and that was a really cool experience as well. So being able to go back on my own when I was a little bit older was really neat as well. I've since been back a few other times, and I can't wait to take my wife and kid to show them Philadelphia and just what a magical city it is. Just, the sports is obviously great, but just so much history, just such a diverse city, just an amazing place to be, and that's where I would like to travel to next. So something unique about me is I like to try new stuff. So I've done things as crazy as skydiving, hiking up Half Dome in Yosemite, river rafting, even trying new things. In my 20s, to be honest, I didn't really do much exercise, but I started running in my late 20s, so I ended up signing up for a couple races, doing some half marathons, things like that. Coaching, I've loved coaching. I've been coaching 18 seasons now. When I first came here, I started coaching tennis. I knew nothing about it. Then I coached volleyball, knew nothing about it. Then I coached baseball, which I love to watch, but never actually played the game. And then ended up loving that as well. So I just love trying new stuff, just like accomplishing goals and that. So. My favorite part about teaching at Tulare Western is really just all those moments that you could share with students and with the people you work with, and to just contribute to the great history of this school. So I can remember watching high school football games at Tulare Western when I was a young kid. My dad went to school here. He actually played in the first bell game that Western defeated Union in. And so we have a rich history in our family of Tulare Western. There's just so many great moments. Just every time I walk on campus, I'm just so thankful that I get to work here and be at such a special place. Every day, there's history being made at this place. The students, of course, you're the ones who are making things better, and you're accomplishing all kinds of different things every day, whether it's in the classroom or extracurriculars. Even with this situation that we're in now, you're making history and you're adding layers to the rich history of Tulare Western. So I just cherish every moment that I get, that I work here, that I interact or work with a young person. There's so many great memories for me being here. When I was a student here, I loved it here. I just remember Mr. Cruz was one of my teachers. He taught geometry, and he was also the ASB director. And just kind of my role model for teaching, and just loved learning from him. And I always kind of wanted to be that way for other people. And when I first started coaching, it was in 2003. My old dairy products coach from FFA, Max Corbett, kind of just went up to him and said, hey, I'd like to get into coaching. Do you think I can help you? And he was just amazing. He just pretty much threw me in there and let me do my thing. He always trusted his players, and that's something that I've always tried to carry over to my students in the classroom and my players that I work with on the court. Just a recent memory I just want to share, just something that I'm just super proud of, and I could probably talk about it over and over again. But last year I coached JV volleyball, and our final week was just a really special week. We just had one of our top players get moved up to varsity, and so we had to switch up our whole offense. And so anyway, it was just amazing to see that Western Union JV game at the end. It was just so crazy. It was back and forth points, and to see the growth of all the young women, and just to execute the game plan, and just to have such a signature win. It's something I'll definitely remember in my coaching career, and hopefully it's something they remember in their when they look back fondly in their high school careers. And so on my wall here I have probably some of the most important people in my mind. Obviously my wife and my baby, of course. So there's me reading a book. There's my wife feeding our baby. There's a little picture of him. So he's 2 years old now. So he's a pretty special kid. So, but right above it, if you notice, is the team I was just talking about. So that was our volleyball team from this past year, and just a very special young group of women. And I feel honored that I even got to work with them. So just one of the many, many special memories at Tulare Western. And the cool part about it is next week we'll come back to work. We'll do the Zoom, and we'll make more connections, and we'll see even more great things that people just continue to do. So that's just a little bit about me. Please be sure to tune in next week for a new teacher feature.